Are you ready?
Yes!
No! For the Mario experience of Super Attorney Mario, because that's his name, Mario. Here we go. I don't know if this is going to be like Phoenix Wright in any way, but something has happened. Oh boy, I am nervous. This is my first case as an attorney after all. I should talk to my client before court begins. I hope Luigi is already in there. Oh, he's literally right here. Why are you hoping he's in here? Hello, brother. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Mario. Hey there, Luigi. Bro, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. What? What is wrong, Luigi? Oh, it's all over. I can't live in a world without her. Mario, who did this? Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. I am Mario. Here was the story. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy arrested is my unlucky brother, Luigi Mario. But I believe in his innocence. He could have never killed his Daisy. Oh. So we have our case. Luigi killed Daisy. But did he? I don't think so. But we are an attorney, okay? And we are coming to the bottom of this. Oh, Waluigi. Judge, which seems like it's a toad.
Court is now in session for the trial of Luigi Mario.
Waluigi.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Would the prosecution give us the details on this case?
Of course, Your Honor. The victim is Princess Daisy from Sarasasaland. She was murdered in her apartment. Cause the death was loss of blood due to blood trauma. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker. The estimated time of death is 4 p.m. Statue added to court record. This is like Ace Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Waluigi. The prosecution may call his first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Luigi Mario, to the stand.
Luigi.
Is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? I wasn't dumped. She was just taking my phone calls or seeing me ever.
What we describe is generally what we mean by dumped.
In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and she was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport.
According to this, she was a new donk until the day she died. Passport added to court record.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
It appears that the victim had multiple sugar daddies, older men who gave her money and gifts. That's a cheating she-dog. I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. I expected a similar answer. I was having a witness. What? Thus, I have a witness that can prove that he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
That simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. The prosecution may call its witness. Please bring Mr. Bob Shawit to the stand. Who? Oh, Mr. Shawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Shawit, you may proceed with your testimony.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. End of testimony.
Why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
At the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Blackout recorded. Okay.
Now, Mr. Mario, you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination. Okay, Mr. Sawit. Oh, we actually get like choices and stuff? I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Okay. So we have options here. Present evidence or next statement. Do we have evidence that proves he saw somebody going apartment to apartment? I don't know. I guess I could try. I forget what we added to our diary. Is there a way to check? Oh, the statue of the Thinker. Oh, this is really cool. Okay, blackout record. Electricity to Daisy's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. the day of the crime. Oh, this is like literally the coolest thing. Okay, the victim apparently arrived home from New Donk the day before the murder. Obviously, the thief. No, don't go in there. That's how she was killed. No. Okay. What was the first thing? Autopsy report, time of death 4 to 5 p.m. Okay. So it gave me a ding to the ding to ding over here. So this may have been it. I don't know. Total guess. Blackout report though. It could have been a blackout guy.
Objection, Your Honor. The statement contradicts the evidence. It does. It does not see anything contradictory.
Oh, really?
Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Mario.
Oh, whoops. That didn't go so well. Okay, so let's get the next statement. There was obviously nothing that we have in the evidence about somebody leaving at a certain time. So what's your next statement? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Okay. And what do we have here as our options? Previous statement, no. Evidence, we don't have that yet, and I'm guessing this is just next statement. Okay. So whenever we see something that's going to prove that we have evidence on, that's when we make our objection. Hello. Thinking is strange. I looked inside the apartment. Okay, you looked inside the apartment. What's the next part of your statement? Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. But this was at like 1 o'clock, right? Hold on. Isn't the time of death 3 o'clock?
Objection, Your Honor. The statement contradicts this evidence. It does. I don't see anything. Really?
I thought it did. I thought it contradicted. Dumb. I don't know. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Okay, unable to go inside, sure. What's your next part of the statement? We need to figure out where the lie is. I thought to call the police immediately. You thought to call the police immediately, but there was a blackout. Huh. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. True. Okay. Why'd you go in the apartment, sir? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Okay, I don't know why it's making random sounds as if I'm doing right or doing wrong. I remember the time it was exactly 1 p.m. See, this is where it's the objection, because it wasn't 1 p.m. That's what I was trying to get at earlier when I made my objection, because time of death is 4 to 5 p.m. So this is untrue. Untrue. Objection! You found the body at the 1 p.m. Yeah, sure. Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find it hard to believe your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death as sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain the 3-hour gap?
Objection! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe, Mr. Sawit. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's really a good question. Wait, I remember you.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Wait, he could just lie again in his testimony. You see, I found the body. I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry for the misunderstanding and the testimony.
I see. You heard voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Mario, you may cross-examine the witness.
Oh, we know what's wrong here. There was a blackout. It's impossible. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. Okay, yeah, next statement. We're gonna see exactly when he mentions there was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Objection, Your Honor, because there was a blackout. Objection, hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or the video. I will.
The defense has a point. You have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. You seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. I must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Savitt. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Witness testimony. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. It wasn't there. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. And the testimony. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Yeah, except the clock wasn't the murder weapon. It was the thinker, okay? Literally, the thinker. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. No. How would you even... Weren't you even here? Waluigi already said it was the thinker. Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't the clock. It was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Whoa, you with your objections and your evidence. Who just do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Savitt. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Waluigi. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Mario, do you have any problems with his testimony now?
The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is if you held it in his hands, yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
You're lying. You weren't inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove it I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order of the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Mario.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Savitt. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. And that voice was burned into your mind, and that's why you were so certain about the time.
Objection! What's with the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would you, the witness, care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never, look, a clock, I saw it. Shut up, I hate you. It was all him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death.
Order, I say in the court. Your Honor, a moment, please. This isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Mario, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
Let's sound the clock now. Here in the court, Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Alarm clock, I think it is 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Mario?
Waluigi, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Savitt heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Savitt, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what is he talking about? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. I believe I got the evidence to prove this. Please show us the evidence. Why was the clock running 3 hours slow? Because she just got in from a flight, from New Donk on the day of the murder, and this is probably like California or something. So there we go. 3 hour flight difference. The victim had just returned from home from abroad before the murder. Or from, it could be from Europe to New Donk City. As all we know, the difference between the time from here and New Donk is 9 hours. Whatever the time, I don't know. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. and the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset their clock since returning home. That is why you heard, the time you heard when he struck her in the head and made her dead in the apartment. Proof was enough for you, Mr. Savitt, or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Arrest the witness immediately. Well, this case has turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Mario,
yes, Your Honor.
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Luigi Mario,
not guilty. And there you have it. A Mario Ace Attorney sort of game. Very cool. I really, really love the Ace Attorney games. I haven't played one in a while, but I did play them in the past. Very fun. Very cool little story here. I wish there was more. Honestly, maybe new cases, maybe more like detective work. Detective work, actually. There is a Detective Luigi game. Maybe we'll do that one next. I don't know. But anyways, hopefully you'll enjoy that. Thank you all so much for watching. Links for